Welcome back to Speargrass Forge. If you're new here, thanks for coming, and if you're coming back, thanks for returning. Today, I'm going to be attempting to make a nail header and making some nails just out of mild steel. See how it goes. Stick around.
15 men on the dead man's chest. Go, ho, ho, and a bottle of rum. Quick, and the devil had done with the rest. Go, ho, ho, and a bottle of rum. Go, ho, ho, and a bottle of rum. Go, ho, ho, and a bottle of rum.
Okay, so in order to make the nail header, I need to make a drift, just so I can get the nails to the size that I want it. So this is just a piece of mild steel bar that I'm just going to use as a drift. It's only a once use thing. It's not going to be a permanent tool. It's just to drift out this one time. So what my plan is, with the nail header, I'm actually going to drill through most of it. I'll punch a smaller hole and then I'll use this to drift out the to the size of nail I need. So it's actually going to be, I'm going to be making fairly small nails to begin with. So I need a fairly small tape on this in order to get it to the size I need. So it's probably about 5 mil across at the tip at the moment. I do need it smaller than that. Alrighty, so I've drawn that out into a long thin taper to drift it out for the actual for the hole for the nail header. So like I said, it's only mild steel. It's only going to be used this once for this project. So yeah, if it deforms, it doesn't really matter as long as it can drift the hole through the metal that I need. Okay, so this was 20 mil square at the end. I'm just going to work on flattening it out a bit. Pull off the hands part. Now with that piece, it was something that I'd started working on previously that didn't pan out. It was just a experiment that I was having, basically in just drawing out 20 mil bar, basically bring it down to 16, then bring it down to 12 mil square. I was thinking about turning it into tongs, but I changed my mind. Better off starting off with the stock that you need rather than doing extra work that's not required. And I reckon that will probably do it. So I'm going to cool that off. I'll drill through. This is going to be the bottom. This flat edge will be the top. And yeah, we'll go from there. So in order to get this done, I think I might put 2 holes in this. Just so that I can do 2 different sizes of nails maybe. So I'm probably going to put one a little bit back here. So just using a center punch. This is the one that I ruined the other week on the ball. I've just resharpened the tip just as much as I can. So I'm just going to put one mark there. Thankfully it's still nice and hard. And I'll put another second mark a little bit further out, just there. So I can make two different holes. Now that they're center punched, just there and there, we can go to the drill press and drill out most, not all, but most of this material, and then I'll punch through from the back side, so it's lined up for a smaller hole, and then from the top I will drift out so that we've got that little bit of a flared on this side, so it doesn't hold the nail in when I'm actually making the head. So I'll get to that and back in a moment. Drill through this. I've got a little bit of I actually got proper cutting tool lubricant now. I'm drilling for drilling this out. So I think they are now drilled. It's probably about 3/4 of the way through. So I'll just heat that back up, cut it off, heat it up, and we'll punch it through this side so that we've got the hole, just a small punch, and then we'll drift it out with that tool that I made earlier in order to get the holes the size I need. Yep, that punched through already. That was easy. I didn't expect that to be that easy, to be honest. And it's come through again. So that's just a 2mm punch at the end. Like I said, I'm only punching small holes so I can flip it over and drift it. So we're drifting from this side, so I'm going to whack it in, heat it back up again. Then I'm going to use this in there just to drift it through just a couple of mils, so that can create the square, so the square shank of whatever nail I'm making can fit in there. And then I'm going to attempt to make a couple of nails. Alright, so it's nice and hot now. I'm just using a piece of angle iron just to help hold it while I drift it out. Back over there, pull that off. This one's slightly wider. Alrighty. See if I can come through the back on that as well. I need to file that off or grind that off just a little bit, but there are the holes, one smaller, one slightly larger, in order to make a couple of nails. So let's cool that off, and I'll just clean it up a bit. Just that top where they've punched through, it's just brought some of the material out, and if you can see that just on the top there. So I'm going to try and clean that up a bit, and then we'll see about making some nails. Okay, so I've gone and ground that off, and just with a little round file, just rounded off the edges just a little bit on this side. So I'm pretty sure you can't see that because I have trouble seeing it without, not through the camera, but it's just rounded off just on the top there, on the header part, just so that this can so it doesn't catch on the corners of these on the top corners of this tool, so that it's rounded just a little bit, so it makes it easier to release. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set this aside. I'm actually going to reorientate my anvil, because at the moment the hardy hole's on this side. What I want to do is I want to flip it round so that the hardy's on this side, so I can leave the cutoff in there while I'm making nails. Now, of course, you know, I generally don't want to leave the hardy in there while I'm hammering on this side, because I can cut my fingers off. But if I switch it around, my hammer hand is nice and far from where the hardy will sit, so that I can cut off over the hardy, and I can work on what would be this end of the anvil on this side while I'm making the nails, and hopefully I've got a few to make, so hopefully you know, it goes a little bit faster. So I'm going to make one of each size on this just to begin with, just to see how I go and how it works, and then I'll get into the actual making of the nails that I need. So hang around, I'll heat up the bar, switch this around, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so this is just a piece of 15/64 round stock that I'm making intend on making my nails out of. A nice, small, thin bar stock. So this is going to be my smaller nail. Probably want a little bit longer than that. So we have to work up here just a little bit more. So I'll do that. Right, how long have I got? Still a bit short. See how that one goes? Much better. So, about through now. Alrighty. Now, the reason why I've cut it off and bent it up is so that I can heat this up in the forge and not melt my tip on my nail. So that in there, and twist off over the end. There we go. My first forge nail. Probably do a little bit better. It's a little bit hanging over the side, but not too bad for me first one, if I do say so myself. So, I'm going to get into making a few more. Stick around, see if I can make some thinner ones. And some more big ones like that. So there we go. First couple of nails that I've forged. They look alright if I do say so myself. Probably could refine the points just a little bit, but this one's not too bad. That was probably my fourth one. This was my first one. My second one, didn't give it quite enough of a head on that one, but the nail's alright. That was my second one, no, third one. This was my third one. A little bit short in the shaft compared to what I was doing. I've probably given it a little bit too much of the head too. I've still got to refine my skill when it comes to that. But all in all, not too bad for the first four. Now, this second one, this larger one that these ones fit into, is holding up quite well. So I think I'm just going to keep using this rear one. I mean, the nails are small enough. I thought they'd be too big, but these are, you know, these are quite thin enough for what I need to get done. And so yeah, so I'm going to keep at that, making some more nails, and use them for my project when I get to it. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and check out my previous videos by clicking the link right here. You have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.